Survivor is a classic map that's included with every Counter-Strike 1.6 installation, remembered quite fondly for its unique bomb sight, superb visuals, thick atmospheric ambience, and much more. Even today, exploring it alone, I'm instantly reminded of my SanDisk Cruiser that had CS 1.6 installed on it, which I used to sneak into my school to play on the teacher's computer. Good times. But enough gushing over the past. The question for today is, does it hold up in CS2? Alright, so we queued up a nice 5v5 competitive game of Survivor on our Discord server, where we make and play custom maps. First question was, which version should we actually play? The original version was made by 3D Mike, then SMC Flordy made it for CSS, then A51 Predator made a CSGO version which is based on the CSS version but has some updated models, and then DirtKiller23 ported it to CS2 and updated some of the textures to our modern standards. Initially we wanted to play this one. It looks really nice, but also it's kinda weird. There's like these fences you can walk through. I think they're supposed to be against the wall, but I imagine got glitched and rotated during the porting process. Also, this version sports a bit of layout changes from the original, which I don't necessarily agree with. Thankfully, DirtKiller23 also ported the original 1.6 version to CS2, which, even though is very blocky, I think overall is cleaner and closer to the experience most people had with the map. So yeah, we played this one. The first round began. I liked how I spawned separately from the rest of my team. This usually would be a problem for dropping weapons, but since the ability to pick up through the shop was added, spawns being close doesn't matter that much anymore. I utilized my advantageous position to get to be faster, only to whiff all of my shots and get bonked in the head. Thankfully my team avenged me. One thing I found interesting here are these little hills. They allow you to pick the same angle, either straight or from a slight high ground. This of course isn't anything groundbreaking, here's a similar example on Vertigo. But it's interesting to think that even back then mappers were already experimenting with this design. And going forwards towards the site, my team got into trouble in this cave. It's quite dark, maybe even too dark. To the point that the darker city models blend in with the walls. All the Counter-Strike games had flashlights and night vision, so dark spots weren't such a big deal, but yeah, in CS2 this is rough. Cairo was lost and barely survived the assault from the camouflaged cave cities. He attempted to escape, but met a dead end. For the second round we agreed that going through caves is a bad idea, and we should try getting to A-side instead. I love this town part of the map. Cities and Ts arrive here about at the same time and fight between the cars, or on this hill, or maybe even take the risk and climb these pipes to get control of this powerful roof position. It's very fun, and perhaps if cleaned up might actually play very well today. Though this round Cities decided not to push here and explore the bomb sites instead. Yeah, so apparently this version is also a bit broken. Nearly all of the invisible walls the original had aren't present here. So people really explored every hill of this already pretty vertical map. Thankfully I'm a revolver god, and we got control of the bomb site. I appreciate this A site. On its surface it's just a tube with snowy hills around it, but that actually works and provides fun and unique gameplay. Smiley went to plant the bomb in the deepest part of the plane, and got himself into this amazing after-plant situation.
I certainly hope you know what you're doing. I've got to get out of here! Ah!
Terrorists win.
In general, this site led to quite a lot of funny rounds.
Wait, is he there? What?
Oh, what the fuck?
Though on round 4 we decided to finally get to B. This time, instead of going through the caves, we made our way under them. This lane is similar to the town area in that it's so fun and dynamic, but maybe a little bit too complex for its own good. By the way, what do you all think about all of the breakable parts of this map? Like, this arch collapses if you walk on it, this ice as well. On one hand, it's really funny to see first-time player take an ice bath, but also once everyone is aware of them, these spots end up pretty much completely ignored, so I'm wondering if they're actually meaningful additions to the map or just kinda thrown in for funnies. Anyway, the more rounds we played, the more acquainted we became with how the map plays. Slowly but surely the meta developed into mostly just camping the bomb sites as cities. This works since there's so many weird positions you can take around the site, especially all of the little cliffs often positioned right above the entrances, which are very hard to deal with as a T. But nonetheless, Ts did manage to pull through in quite a few rounds, and we finished the game with a perfect 12-12 score. We of course took this session very seriously and continued into overtime, but that wasn't too interesting. So what's my conclusion? This map is super fun. It definitely gives people playing it lots of varied and interesting options to approach it, while at the same time not spiraling into complete chaos. I honestly think that if the entrances and rotation paths were a bit more forgiving and the camping spots around the sites were cleaned up, this map might actually be quite competitive. The CSS/CSGO version of this map is nice and fixes quite a bit of the issues, but also introduces a lot, in my opinion, of unnecessary changes, like the bulletproof windows on B, or the trees that you can hide in, and whatever happened to the building in the town area. You know that I'm a big proponent of adding new maps to the game, rather than being stuck in the past, but this one I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a proper remake of. I think it's great and has a lot of potential, or maybe I'm biased and nostalgic, who knows. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like and consider subscribing. I will see you again with a new video next Friday, but for now, bye bye!